And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Here's McCarthy.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
It's second down and 10.
To the air with McCarthy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing again, McCarthy. Completes this one to Pickens. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
Cowboys, 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, these two teams met in our nation's capital earlier in the year. The Commanders picking up the win at Northwest Stadium. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. 2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Daniels looking to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Horton.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
For Commanders, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
To throw is Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Jacobs, incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. Street. Gravity Lions. Panther 11.
Throwing now is Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And now they're in the hurry-up.
A gain of 15 yards. And a Commanders 1st down.
Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal, Washington.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Got a man and he hits him in stride.
Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
2nd and 10.
Junior on the coverage.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. B.J. Llzaire getting in there and dropping it.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter.
Deep to return is Calvin Austin.
It's taken to the 26.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's good for a Washington first down.
To the air goes Daniels.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
A gain of 25 more yards. That's another Washington first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready? 19, shot. Ready?
They go play action. Daniels. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready?
Now Daniels.
And he comes back with one complete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's go now.
3rd and 1.
19, 18.
Here's Daniels. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
19.
Daniels going to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Now Daniel's going to keep it. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. The Commander's going to bring out the field goal unit.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. First and 10.
They go play action. Here's McCarthy. This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. He finds his man, complete. That's Warner. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
To the air again, McCarthy.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Commanders' 31.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And he will have a Cowboys first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On play action, McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he stopped immediately there. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Throwing is McCarthy. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Sly able to put this one through.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. As we check out the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he's right up there among the best in the NFL at this point in the season.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
Here we go.
31-yard line.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
Careful.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Washington.
Cup 19.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up second down.
Here we go. Set. 60.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Commanders, first down. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Washington.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
He's tackled at the 34.
Give him a couple on the carry there. Second and 8.
It's second
Come on.
and 8.
70, Timberwolf. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
That's another Washington first down.
Go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
19 tight. Let's go now. Cowboys, 7 Pirates.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
The defense is going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
Commanders 17.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as he's up to the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Over the middle, complete. It's Warner. And a gain of 3 on the play. And it's second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Chapter 11, 79 Broncos.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 19.
Play action, now it's Daniels.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And they're going to speed things up here.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He's got a man. Downfield is Horton.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
21 yards. That's good for a Washington 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
19 tight.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down.
And that's incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line.
The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Williams, incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now McCarthy.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
To the air with McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
2nd and 16.
Working out again is McCarthy. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And this is taken in at the 5. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Cowboys 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
The final shot before break.
McCarthy. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Commanders' offense and running back Josh Jacobs set to take over once more. As we take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns, he is right up there amongst the best in the NFL.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
To throw is Daniels.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Here's McCarthy.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
B.J. Llzaire
In there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
McCarthy off the play fake.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
B.J. Llzaire.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first. Now a give to Jenkins running right. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Second down and 6 now. To the air goes Daniels.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line.
That's good for a Commanders first down. A gain of 11 on the play. And the Commanders first down.
Check. 70 Lions. 19 Lions.
Now Daniels.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Here's Daniels.
Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Daniels looking to throw. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Terry McLaurin from 13 yards out. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2 at the 49-yard line.
They give it to Williams, running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Unlock line. Unlock line. 70 left.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
So here is Washington now to take over. They were winners last week defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10.
Ready? Hey, Buffalo 18. Ready?
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 37 yards. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that will bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Panther 60. Riggs. Riggs. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 14. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll look to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the 10-yard line.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8.
With a heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
Come on.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
7-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Let's go.
On 4th down, here's Daniels. He'll try to do it himself.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Roll.
Throwing is McCarthy. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lane.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Get up. Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jacobs. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
That's Mustang 19. Hurt. Cup 19. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Ready. Top 50. Top all 80.
Yards to go.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 70 Ranger. Check smash. Ready.
Daniels going to throw for it.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Looking to put a drive together.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And the Cowboys first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Now McCarthy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all, because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
Operating from the gun, Daniels gets past one man. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Ready?
A gain of 9 yards. And the Washington first down.
Ready?
Back to throw, Daniels. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 7-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, a give to Brown.
Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6.
At the 6-yard line.
And this offense on third down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw, Daniels. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
At their own 20-yard line.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Over the middle, complete. That's Townsend.
3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
To the air with McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. That is caught into space at the 45.
Oh, and now some space to operate. And finally brought down at the 43. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go. Here we go.
McCarthy going to throw again.
Throw left side complete. That's Ferguson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's McCarthy.
This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jake Ferguson.
A 9-yard touchdown ground.
And the Cowboys are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 24-10. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
60 Bison. Rig. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
That one looks like he'll throw here. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They should have gotten more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
70 Lions. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Throwing now is Daniels.
He finds his man complete. It's Horton. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
65, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Mustang 19.
To throw is Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Calvin Austin.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up first and 10 at the 40.
McCarthy operating from the gun.
He finds his man complete. That's Warner.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 5.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
Left side to Lamb.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like we're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here we go with Williams.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Able to hit his target well.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
Second and 10. To the air again, McCarthy. This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on first and 10.
Another Cowboys first down. First and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Third and 4.
Deputy!
They'll look to throw again. And he'll just get rid of it.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on third down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington is going to win the football game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles, so the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now Daniels. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Here's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And maybe more importantly, a